Can you learn guitar on YouTube? I've been teaching guitar lessons in person here at this studio for over 14 years, and I learned a lot from that. 1 year ago, I decided to make one YouTube video every week for 52 weeks. And the main thing that I learned from teaching on YouTube for a year is the videos that I think you should be watching, the ones that I think you will learn the most from, are not the ones that you are watching. And how do I know this? Because YouTube tells me so. You can probably imagine the amount of data that we get as creators on YouTube. It's all about data these days, and I know what videos you are watching. I mean, not you personally, but I know what videos get watched the most, and I know what videos get watched the least. I know what videos get watched for only 10 seconds, and I know what videos get watched right to the end. And here's the thing, the videos that I know are the most important lessons, the ones that will take you to the next level, are not the videos that get a lot of views on YouTube. Maybe there are reasons for that. Maybe my thumbnails don't have enough stupid expressions on my face. Maybe my titles aren't grossly exaggerated enough. And maybe my delivery isn't always perfect. But the thing is, I know those videos are the ones that you'll learn the most from because people who do watch them tell me so in the comments. Learning guitar for me started when I was a kid. I took guitar lessons. It was before YouTube. Okay, it was before the internet. And later when I was a teenager, I would go to the guitar store and I would buy every cool looking guitar book I could find. And I would play through them all, beginning to end. Except this one, actually. This one is really hard, and there's no tab. And now we have YouTube, which is basically free, other than having to listen to the advertisements they put on these videos. And I have no idea what those advertisements are. But what would I do if I was you trying to learn guitar on YouTube? Over the past year, I've been doing a lot of research on how YouTube works, and the latest research says this. Most people don't really watch YouTube, they passively consume it. They tend to choose videos that don't require a lot of their attention. It's a bit like channel surfing on TV, or reading the news but actually just reading the headlines. But can we really get good at guitar if all we're doing is just reading the titles of books? If we don't actually get our guitar out and practice the ideas that we're learning? And if we do, we might actually remember that practicing guitar is fun. So if I was trying to learn guitar on YouTube, I would do these 3 things. First, I would just find 1 or 2 YouTube channels that I really like, with a teacher that I relate to who can explain things in ways that I really understand. And then I would just stick with those channels. In other words, stop channel surfing. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, this is just his way of getting us to watch only his channel or his Patreon. And I will say that the Patreon has tons of amazing lessons on it. And the thing I love about Patreon is that I can focus on creating great lessons without having to waste all my time on the YouTube I gotta do to get people to click on thumbnails. That, I think, is one of the main challenges of learning guitar on YouTube. If you look at the main guitar channels, the ones with the most views, they are not actually designed for you to learn much. They are designed for you to passively consume content to get clicks. Now, I'm not throwing shade on any particular channel. There are tons of great guitar channels on YouTube, and there's nothing wrong with spending some time watching videos on gear and pedals. It's fun. And as I've always said to students who come here to this studio, find the right teacher for you, and then just be absolutely open to learn from them. And that's step number 2. You have to actually play the things that you're learning about from YouTube. You have to pick up the guitar and practice them, because if you're not actually playing it, are you really learning it? Now, if you are one of those people who sits down in front of YouTube with your guitar in hand, let me know in the comments. If you don't make a plan to play the things you learn, and you're just listening to YouTube while you're cleaning up the garage, I know what happens. You hear something, you think, oh, that's really cool. I want to come back and try that. But the next time you load up YouTube and you're bombarded with 100 different thumbnails, you're clicking away and you know you're never going to go back and practice that cool thing. And then we're just back to click and consume, click and consume. So set aside some time every week. You could even put it in your calendar. Maybe it's every Saturday afternoon. And at that time, you grab your guitar, you sit down, and you pull up your favorite teacher on YouTube, and you learn and you play. Step 3 is to set a goal. We know that when people set goals, they are far more likely to achieve them. So your goal might be like this. Plan to learn just one new thing every week. Just one. Learn it, play it, practice it, and get good at it. Imagine that if you did that every week for 52 weeks, a year from now, you would have 52 more skills on guitar that you never had before. That would be miles ahead. You would really make a difference in your guitar playing if you did that. Getting good at guitar doesn't come magically to anyone. Even Eddie Van Halen spent hours and hours and hours at home just practicing guitar. I heard that he would get a 6-pack of Schlitz beer and go home and just practice while his buddies were out partying and having fun. And guess what? He got amazingly good. Now, you could probably get something better than Schlitz beer, but you get the point. We put aside the time, we make a goal, and then you'd be amazed what would happen a year from now. As for me, now that I've done these 52 videos, I will be taking next week off. Now, there will still be lots more YouTube content, and Patreon will continue to have new lessons every week. The other good news is that my new book will be coming out, and we have a release date that's November 10th. So many of you have been asking me, when are you putting out book 2 for Guitar Soloing Like a Pro? And now, it's coming, November 10th, so watch for that. If your intent is to get better at guitar today, grab your guitar, pull up a chair, and click on this video right here that YouTube algorithms have selected just for you. I'm confident that you're going to learn something useful. My name is Blue Morris, and I teach guitar lessons right here in Vancouver, Canada. I'll see you in the next one.